Going back to year 2002. Get away from me, you damn wasp. Get on. Get out of here. Get out of here, wasp. All right, everybody, welcome. My name is Chad. Today, we're going to be going back 17 years to the 2002 Cadillac Escalade EXT. That's right. Now, what we do here, folks, we're not going to look at every little gitch and gadget and every little trick and every little sound and little knob like old Doug DeMiro does, okay? We're not doing that. What we're doing is we're going back and seeing how well the condition of a 200,000-mile Cadillac is holding up all these years later. So if you're down with that type of video, stay with me. So this Cadillac Escalade, it's white. That's right, it is white. Cadillac back in 2002 and still even in 2019, they offer kind of a pearl white, a mother of pearl white on their vehicles, okay? A lot of metallics, a lot of pearls in the paint. Gives it kind of a luxurious look. It's just not your traditional bright white, kind of a work truck color white. This one, and particularly, has a nice coat of dirt and pollen and dust and all that on it. It needs a wash, okay? But that's all right. We're going to look at it and see how well she's doing. Now, we'll tell you something, folks. When you're out there in the world doing car reviews of older vehicles like this, please, in the summertime, make sure that when you are grabbing under here, because this happened just a minute ago to me, be careful that you do not put your hand on a wasp's nest, okay? There's wasps flying around. They love living inside of mirrors and under hoods and all of that. So don't put your hand in a wasp's nest or you're going to have a serious problem. Anyways, so just keep your eyes peeled. Let's take a look under the hood here and see what kind of motor Cadillac or General Motors offered in here. Now, this is very similar to what you call a Chevy Tahoe or a Chevy, well, pretty much a Chevy Avalanche, okay? I mean, that's General Motors. I would think it's a 5.3-liter V8 with a Vortec. And yes, it is a Vortec, and it says HD under there, engineered exclusively for Cadillac Motor Division. Wow. And it is actually a 6.0-liter motor, so a lot bigger V8 engine. It will drink some gas for sure, but let me explain. Cruising around town in your Cadillac is going to be pretty damn special, I'd say. Let's keep looking around a little bit. Headlights on it has the angel eyes. And I will tell you, those aren't the factory headlights. Somebody that's owned this vehicle previously put some aftermarket headlights up there, and they have started to oxidize and all of that. We'll take a closer look. Maybe you already saw a closer look. Just like many other Cadillac Escalades on the highways, it always seems that people that buy them want to switch out the wheels. You know, what's wrong with having the Cadillac wheel that came with it, right? Keeping it OEM, as they say. Well, a lot of people like aftermarket wheels. They like big, shiny chrome. It looks more expensive. To me, I'm more of a factory OEM type of guy, unless it's something really special. But anyways, what we have here today is a Boss Motorsports rim. BOSS. A lot of people are familiar with BOSS, Boss Motorsport wheels. Okay, they're very popular. And then you also have a, I would say a 22, but let's get a closer look here. We got on here, well, I'm trying to find it, a 20. Okay, so you got a 275/55 R20. Tires are not brand new. They're pretty worn down. They're not bald and they're not super dry rotted yet, but you could use a new set of tires on here if you buy it. Now, as we're looking at the rear end of this Cadillac Escalade, what made this particular vehicle or the Chevy Avalanche popular is this whole area back here, okay? You know, like I've said on previous videos with the Avalanche, this is basically a combination of a Chevy Tahoe and a Silverado all jammed up into one. At least that's what I think about it, right? So anyways, this is the special area here. Now, I would not be able to sit here if there was not some kind of cover right there, which you have. And also this area back here kind of gives it a very unique look, something different. Now, other features that you may have, you're going to have backup sensors back there, a lot of chrome, and a massive Cadillac logo on the tailgate. And some vehicles even came equipped possibly with a backup camera. Now, I'm not seeing a backup camera on this one, because I really don't think backup cameras got really popular on vehicles until maybe 04, 05. They may have had them in 02, but again, they weren't just as popular in this era. Nowadays, you never could buy a Cadillac without a backup camera, and nowadays on 2019s, even 2018s, the rear view mirror on some of the Cadillacs is a complete camera view of everything going on back here. So, the technology of vehicles has changed a whole lot since Cadillac Escalades back in 02 for sure. But there's still people out there that may not be able to afford a brand new Cadillac, and they may want to get something like this, or they may just love this body style because they don't make this version of a Cadillac Escalade anymore. All right, everybody, so we've taken the camera off the tripod for a moment. Now we're going to kind of look at the current condition of this vehicle and see how well the exterior body has held up. I'd say the chrome on the front grille still looking pretty good. Don't see any kind of peeling or anything like that sometimes happens on chrome grills and stuff. The Cadillac logo there has faded and the colors aren't as bright as they were at one time. We did mention earlier the headlights have started to oxidize, and they are aftermarket. At least that's what I'm assuming. I just don't remember an 02 Escalade like this having those angelized setups in there back then. The paint, even though a bit dirty, still pretty clean. I don't see a whole lot of major fading going on or as in oxidation on the hood, the roof, and all that. Down here on the bottom, your side steps with the chrome is still in great shape. Logos look good, mirrors look good, windshield looks good. You got rear tinted windows in the back. Condition on the exterior is still in pretty decent shape. Other than just the regular wear and tear stuff that maybe possibly a person has done with the car, like a scuff back here on the back bumper, something like that. You do have the tow package, backup sensors. Again, like I said, no backup camera. There's the rear part back here. On trucks we call it a tunnel cover. I'm not exactly sure what they call it on a vehicle like this. One thing that's always been interesting about Cadillacs is LED lights in the rear, right? Taillights look pretty cool. They got that black chrome going on. But as you'll see up top there, that's a pretty massive LED light bar going on up there that's from the manufacturer. Now, here's the driver's side, still looking pretty good. The chrome wheels aren't in too bad a shape. Again, they could really use some degreaser and a good cleanup. But the exterior doesn't seem too bad. We got a little dent right there. Okay, and the engine is pretty quiet. I don't hear any off-the-wall sounds going on. Again, I'm no automotive technician expert, but I do the best that I can. Let's move forward and take a look at the interior. One thing for sure, back in the day, I've heard people say, Cadillac and General Motors used a lot of plastic in their vehicles. As you can see right here on our door panel, this plastic piece here that holds all of our buttons for our windows has popped off. Also, this is a common spot to get extremely dirty there on the speaker grills. It does have a Bose stereo system. Some fading of the chrome handle there, but the wood trim and the leather still in pretty good shape on the door panel. Let's take a look at our seats. Leather's holding up pretty good over the past 17 years on these seats, right? Just its basic varicose veins there on the sides. Armrests in good shape, not bad. The wood trim inside the vehicle on the steering wheel is always, seems to do well, right? This, of course, is kind of getting worn out and discolored. Dash looks good. I don't see any crackage in the dash, so that's nice to see. The roof line in pretty decent shape. There was one thing I noticed up here on the roof earlier, though, when getting in the vehicle with the sunroof, and the AC is blowing nice and cold right now, but the sunroof, this is broken, okay? I've seen that happen on a lot of vehicles, but that is definitely broke. You can still open and close it, but, it's definitely not on track, and it's extremely loose. But the dash is in good shape. You got your clock, your 6-disc changer. It looks like the passenger seat has taken more wear and tear to it than the driver's seat, which is kind of interesting. And let's go around and take a look at the back of the vehicle. And again, this Escalade has just around 201,000 miles on it. And I don't see any check engine lights on. It is missing the CD player there, or maybe the screen for the nav and all of that. And so obviously someone took it out at some point or stole it. You know, that seems to happen a lot with used vehicles. You'd be surprised. You know, people just go to car lots. If they find a vehicle unlocked over the weekend or at night, they'll just steal stuff right on out of them, you know? And maybe they had one missing or broken on their car and they stole it out of this one to put it in theirs. That's a common thing. So if you got a car lot you work at, make sure you lock your cars up at night. Back seats though in pretty decent shape. There you go. Headliner though definitely has some rips and tears. But I mean, folks, a 200,000 17-year-old vehicle. I'm sure there's others out there throughout America that are in a lot better shape than this one. But, you know, this is kind of the average of these vehicles after this many miles and this many years. I mean, unless somebody garage kept it and really took great care of it or has maybe restored it or somewhat. I mean, anytime I ever see these things, they seem to get worn out pretty good. And the people that own them just don't always seem to take all that great care of them when they didn't have to spend the initial big chunk of money there or those high payments to begin with. All right, everybody, you got to see the Cadillac Escalade today. Let us know in the comments section what you think about it. Have you owned one before? How do you think this vehicle's held up over the past 17 years? And does it really just depend on the vehicle's condition? Does it just depend on that person or several people that have owned it over all those years? I think so. I think that's the important part. The maintenance and making sure people had taken care of cars. Just saying. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel. We're Charleston Car Videos. If you see a vehicle on film that you like and you actually want to purchase, let me know. I'll set you up. Here we go.